I almost forgot to turn my microphone on again today. Oh man. Okay. Hi, I'm Sandy, and today I am back with another Wednesday Reads, and I absolutely love what I get to talk about today, which is I actually got to read some Agatha Christie this week, and the reason why I'm putting it in Wednesday Reads is because it was a buddy read with Kevvie from C'est Kevvie. So if you're not familiar with Kevvie's channel, I will link it down below in the description. She is absolutely wonderful, and let me tell you, doing a buddy read with her for Agatha Christie, oh my gosh, her insights were absolutely amazing, and she guessed well up in front what was going to happen while I was still just trying to figure out, okay, who is who in this weird character mess that's going on with, the Agatha Christie novel. So yeah, I will leave her linked down below. So I'm going to talk about the book that we read as the buddy read. I'm also going to do Kevvie's original tag, which is "What the F are you?" And as much as I would love to swear all the time, unfortunately I can't, because people at work do see this occasionally. So I have to be a little more PG, I guess. So yeah, anyway, so I'm going to do that after I talk about the book, and then if you hang out towards the end, I will show you all of the Agatha Christie novels that I have actually bought recently, which you can see over here. I have an empty spot because that's where they all were. If you watched my video yesterday, you might have seen some of them, but I'm going to go through them all today for you as well. So what book did we read? We read An Overdose of Death, or this one is called The Patriotic Murders. Kevvie's copy said, "Buckle My Shoe," and that title makes a lot of sense to me because each chapter, if you look, says one to buckle my shoe, and then it might say 3, 4, I think it's probably shut the door, right? 3, 4, shut the door. So the Buckle My Shoe title makes a lot of sense in this. I found this one at a local discount bookstore, and I love so much that this says 35 cents, and I paid $3 for it. So but this one is a very traditional Hercule Poirot novel where he is trying to figure out who did it. But the thing that's really interesting about this one is it starts off actually with Poirot having to go to the dentist, and the dentist's name is Morley, and while in the dentist chair he's made to talk with stuff in his mouth, and the dentist just understands him. And how real is that a dentist can understand you with all of that stuff in your mouth? So it starts off kind of just a little bit slow from that perspective, and shortly after that, and I don't think this is a spoiler, the dentist is dead, and Poirot is now on the case. Very typical Agatha Christie Poirot novel where you have a multitude of suspects, a lot of red herrings, a lot of things trying to throw you off, a ton of characters. It makes it a little hard to follow in places. There was a point in this when they kind of were resolving it. I was like, wait, who is that? I don't remember that character in the book. For this one, I was struggling with it. And so I'm very thankful that I got to read this with Kevvie because, like I said, Kevvie's review, or Kevvie's discussion about this in our Voxer chat was just so much fun. Plus, every time I got a voice message from Kevvie, it was her laughing, which just made me super happy. So as far as Agatha Christie goes, it's not my favorite, and Then There Were None is probably still my favorite Agatha Christie novel, but I really did like it quite a bit, and I thought she tied up everything really nicely. It is one that, it is one of the ones that I couldn't figure out, like I said, even though Kevvie figured it out. I didn't figure it out. And one of the complaints I've heard about Christie is the last couple of chapters she's just having to explain everything because it's such a complicated story. And it is that. She definitely does that. But I did still really like it. Plus, I just love this vintage cover on this one. So yeah, that's the Agatha Christie we actually got to read together. So I would say it's a fun one to read. It's a pretty easy one to read if you want to pick up a Christie. I'm not sure if it's the first one I would pick, but it is a fun one. Okay, so Kevvie's tag is called What the F are you? And it's an original tag. You know what? I'm just going to jump into the prompts with it. There are 9 prompts with this one. Number 1, the F is your name and does it have any meaning? My name is Sandy or Sandra. No meaning. My middle name I got from my mother. And so that's the only part of my name that actually was passed down. But the rest of it, no, I don't even know the story of where she picked that. Prompt 2, the F is your gender, female. 3, what the F are your pronouns? I definitely use she and her pronouns. Yeah, she and her pronouns. Prompt 4, what the F is your ethnicity? I am so boring. I told Kevvie this like when she first posted this, that my answers are going to be very boring. My family comes from England. I am pretty much just straight Caucasian. 5, what the F is your sexuality and why? I am straight. It's just always who I've been attracted to. I love having female friendships, but tends to not be who I'm attracted to. 6, what the F do you do besides BookTube? Well, I work. I work full-time in an IT field. I am a mom. I have one son who is a lot older than I care to admit to anyone on here. What else do I do besides BookTube? I am an avid outdoor person. If you watch my channel, you know I like to bike, hike, kayak, swim. I'll run if you make me. I don't like running, but I will run if you make me. And pretty much anything else. Those are the kinds of things that I like to do besides BookTube and reading. So number 7. What the F other identities do you claim? So, we talked about female, I'm a mom, I'm a wife, I'm a friend, I am college graduate, I am fat. I don't like that one. That's the least favorite of all the ones that I have. I think that's the bulk of them as far as like identities I claim. Number 8, how the F do your identities influence what you choose to read? So I thought about this one quite a bit before doing the tag. And the thing with this one is my identities are very well represented in literature. I think except for maybe the fat one, and even that has been changing more and more in recent years. And I think how that influenced me is a lot. I never felt like I had to go and search out people like me in literature. And in some ways, I think that's a really negative thing. Because my identities are so well represented, I didn't go and search out a lot of other authors or a lot of different types of books or a lot of different types of characters. I just picked up whatever looked good and just read that. However, I will say as part of BookTube, that has been flipped upside down so much because the books that I have been reading and selecting and experiencing because of the BookTube community has really kind of opened my eyes into so much other things that I could be experiencing and looking for. And especially if I'm looking for more diverse authors or more diverse characters, I think both of those are things that BookTube has definitely already influenced me, even though maybe my BookTube identity now has influenced that. Maybe. I don't know. So number 9, who the F do you tag? I don't know who's done this one as well. I'm not going to draw because it's not Tuesday. I'm going to save my jar for Tuesday. Okay. But like with that, I will link Kevvie's video for this also down below because like I said, her answers are much better than mine. And I did go watch her video to ensure I was using the correct pronouns as well. So I really do appreciate being tagged in that. And I've had so much fun in our buddy read. So let's talk about Agatha Christie again. If you're not familiar, the reason why I'm doing the Agatha Christie one, I think I might have already said this, is that Kevvie reads quite a bit of Agatha Christie, and I love Agatha Christie. So the first one outside of An Overdose of Death or The Patriotic Murders or Buckle My Shoe, I also found at the Half Price bookstore So Many Steps to Death. And this one is also 35 cents, and I paid $3. It's quite the markup. But look at that cover. Isn't that crazy? He's just standing right behind her. Doesn't look good necessarily. I haven't read the back of this one yet. I actually don't know what the story's about. I don't think it's a Perot novel though. I'm pretty sure it's not. So, but yeah, I found that one. And then the other one is a Perot novel. I also found it at the Half Price bookstore. This one is a whopping, though, 50 cents. And I think I also paid $3. Cards on the Table, a Hercule Poirot mystery. I do not know why these vintage ones were just so what I wanted to buy that day. I also ended up with some vintage Edgar Rice Burroughs and some vintage Ray Bradbury and some vintage Ian Fleming. That was all part of the same trip to the discount bookstore, or the Half Price bookstore, I guess. So yeah, I have this one that I got. And then we go back to just some that I've had forever. So the first one is, you know, the traditional Murder on the Orient Express. I am sad to say, I think I did crack that spine a little bit. These books here, these older ones, are definitely not quite as floppy as some of the newer paperbacks are. But yeah, I have that one, Murder on the Orient Express. Same one, I have Murder in Mesopotamia. I actually don't remember this one. I should probably read this one again. This is, again, Hercule Poirot. And then my favorite Agatha Christie, which is And Then There Were None. I've had this one for quite a while, and if you look at the back, I know I paid $4.99 for it. And that was probably 20 years ago, I'm going to say. Best guess, close to 20 years ago. This one was actually published in 2001, and I'm pretty sure I bought it not too long after that. So, And Then There Were None. Like I said, my favorite Agatha Christie novel by far is this one. And then recently, because why not? I don't know why. I also purchased The Mysterious Affair at Styles. And so this one, I believe, is Hercule Poirot #1, if I remember correctly. It is. Solves his first case. So I'm very excited to read this particular one. I don't know when I'll get to it, but yeah, I just got this one. And then I think I've shown this one before, which is The Hollow, which I picked up because of Marilyn Maya Mendoza. Because this was one of her favorite ones. I also unfortunately haven't read this one yet, but it is another Poirot. I think it's closer to the latter half of it. Wow. Okay, so that's that one. And then these ones, I think I've shown a couple of these, but not all of them yet. So this one, which is one of the Barnes & Noble classics that have 3 different novels in it. So the first one is And Then There Were None up here. And then it also has Crooked House and Endless Night in it. And as I think I've shown these before, just the beautiful end papers and the gorgeous end on the pages. The font is a little bit tiny in here and very well spaced though, because as you can see from some of these books, these aren't, this one's not necessarily that big. So yeah, they definitely did a good job of making these, and they're very, very pretty. So the other one, I know I've shown this one before, which is The Murder on the Orient Express. This one has the murder of Roger Ackroyd in it and has Curtin Poirot's Last Call. So it'll have his last book. I really do, if they had all of these Poirot ones, I can guarantee you I would buy these, but these ones, I only found these few. So I have this one. And then the last one, which I don't know if I've shown or not, is Death on the Nile. And this one has Death on the Nile, the ABC murders, and 5 little pigs in it. And so that rounds out, actually, I think I've shown this one maybe before, the really fun end papers, really pretty ends on it again. Just nice, solid books. Yeah, just really, really easy to hold to. Hopefully I can read some more Agatha Christie coming up. But that is the grand total of my Agatha Christie books that I have as of, you know, today. Who knows when I'll get some more? I don't know. But as always, like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know what your favorite Agatha Christie novel is, or if you haven't read Agatha Christie yet. And as always, until next time, everyone, thanks, bye.